Halo, witam. Ja jestem Marcisław, wy jesteście wy, bo to jest Broken Sword. Chyba ostatni odcinek, jeżeli nie będę za bardzo siedział w miejscu, więc... Co znajduje się pod willą Deda skończę losu?
It only took a few moments to find it. And there it was. A worked socket. As smooth and perfect as if it had been carved only yesterday.
Używamy klucza.
I slid the stone key into the lock. There were buttons that turned the dials.
Okej, ja nie mam pojęcia, o co chodzi w tej zagadce. Na szczęście przecież gra nam daje podpowiedzi. Nie muszę korzystać jeszcze z internetu. You need to enter a series of numbers. Check the notes in your diary after you examined the tomb in the church at Montfaucon. Mogłem nie klikać tego jeszcze, bo już mi dało odpowiedź. 14, 27, 6, ok. Kwiat, to jest cała podpowiedź, czy tylko mi wylistowało? Nieważne. Tu mam to też 14, 27. Czy tu jest 14 w ogóle? A, bo to tak nie działa, to jest 1. Po kolei numerki. I w tę stronę. 11, 12, 13, 14. Zit.
I heard the sounds of the lock moving. Either that or the wall was going to come down on my head.
A się już wydarzyło. 14, 27. I w tę stronę. 5, 6, 7. Sześć. Czyli tutaj 0. Jest 6. Jest 6. Sześć, 81. Dobrze? No, 81. Dalej. 3. Nie w tę stronę. Z tej będzie łatwiej. Jeden. Eee, 17. Tak, tak, 17. Dwanaście. Nieważne, w którą pojadę i tak mam równo. 12, 12. I 25.
Oh, yes! Bonus points for that, I hope. I knew the old Stobart fingerwork wouldn't let me down.
O! Dzień dobry.
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do.
Ułożyć szachownicę.
You won't be needing that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
Back in Nico's apartment. Zrobi coś ciekawego?
George, welcome back.
Come in, Josh. It's good to see you again.
Is it?
Sure. What did you find in Spain?
Without Andre, we wouldn't have got this far, Josh.
Yeah, I know. The clues led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, Josh.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
Georges found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we have got the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
Then we have the image of a church that Georges found at the excavation. I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, Georges.
And finally we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
Tutaj.
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well, the Latin phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
How come Caesar described Britain as being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place, inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It hasn't changed much.
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
Except when they go to a football match.
They used an extract from a plant called woad, Icetis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in their wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How
tam
recently
nie
are you
byłeś.
talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
Andre, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Knights Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the Scots.
And it all ends at a church in the Isle of Britain at Bannockburn in a church.
What are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
I can't go.
Andre, you've been loads of help, but...
Kto
What
powiedział?
George is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was?
We understand you've got commitments. Oh, listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, George.
We'll see it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
The next morning. Ciapung! Jaki fajny ciapung! Co ona taka niecierpliwa? Jezu! Straszna osoba ta Niko jest.
Pardon me? She must be deaf.
Yes, my dear.
Do you know what time we're due in Stirling?
6:15, but we're running 8 minutes late.
Powiedziałbym coś ciekawego na temat brytyjskich kolei, ale no... pamiętam już.
Do you know Stirling well?
Yes, I do. Is that where you two lovebirds abound?
Yeah,
It's one of the places we thought we'd see on our holiday.
Be sure to visit the castle, won't you?
Oh, I'm sure it's a neat place. But we are not really interested in history, are we, George?
No. What's the book you're reading?
Oh, it's something I picked up at the station. A medieval detective story.
Imię róży?
Quite well written for that kind of thing. It's been out of print for years.
What's the title of the book?
The Crooked Crusader Caper by Molly Pegram. I assumed the author was a woman, but apparently not. His real name is...
Professor Nigel Pegram.
That's right.
Ah.
Do you know him?
No, I never met him.
George is a great fan of his, though.
To jest jej ojciec? Dobrze pamiętam? Może?
Is there a church called St. Ninian's at Stirling?
Yes, there is. And I know why you're going there.
You do?
Of course I do. It's obvious you're in love. You're eloping, and they say romance is dead.
Chcesz... Klauninos? Spójrzcie na tą twarz. Czy ona wygląda, jakby jechała do kościoła? Znaczy, według jej nastroju to w sumie tak.
Would you believe that this clown's nose led us to being on this train tonight?
I would indeed.
No, honestly, You would?
Certainly. You have an honest face.
Yep. That's a nose with a history, all right.
So you said.
Pokazać zdjęcie? Bo w sumie mam takie dziwne wrażenie. Chwila, przecież nawet widzę tą bliznę na mordzie. To jest on.
Does the name Merlin mean anything to you?
Merlin, a master of illusions. Oh, you said Merlin? Then no, nothing.
Master of what?
Do you know what this is?
Yes, I do. A young friend of mine shook my hand with one just the other day.
Yeah? Well, that's outrageous. He should be shot.
Perhaps. Still, his intentions were good.
I'm sorry that you've been zapped by one of these things.
You shouldn't be.
No przynajmniej rozumie, że mieliśmy powody. No to teraz my wyjdziemy, a Niko zostanie porwana, co nie?
Where are you going, George?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak. L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake. Tickets, please, sir.
Here.
Off to Stirling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
Thank you.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. but I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you.
Pan Templariusz był?
Can't you sit still, George?
I'm going.
I need to go to the John.
While you're there, check out the buffet car, George. Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Okay.
O, a kto tutaj siedzi?
Hi. Having a party?
No, this is breakfast. Come on, join us, man. Away, Basha, wake up, man. What's company?
His breath was like the outlet from a chemical factory.
Excuse my mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
What is that stuff you're drinking? It smells like gasoline.
Right, I'll put hairs in your chest, like.
And your eyeballs too, by the looks of you. Would you like a red nose?
No thanks, pal, I got one of my own.
Have you ever seen this man before?
Aye, man, he's chalky white and I claim my 10 quid, like.
No, he's an international assassin, and he goes by the name Khan.
Well, aye, man, but I was close, you know.
Całkiem jo.
Do you know what this is?
No, man, what is it?
It's a hand buzzer.
You won't catch me out with that, pal.
If I'd wanted to catch you out, I wouldn't have shown it to you, would I?
Well, maybe she's might, pal. Like a clever double bluff, you know.
See you later. I didn't want to wake him. To be frank, without a cold water hose, I didn't think I could wake him.
Newcastle, no. Nie. Albo Łocha chyba. O, ale se gawężą. Beze mnie. Raszple. Coś tu ciekawego znajdę? Nie.
Oh, no. That gangster creep from the hotel, Guido. Well, he didn't scare me. Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car. Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. Eklund, Marquet's murderer. The door was locked.
Wszyscy są na miejscu.
The door was locked. I really didn't want to shoot the breeze with this guy.
Okej, no to idziemy w drugą stronę. Wait a minute.
I should have known better than to leave Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly, the sort of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved.
No jak to mówią, miłość jest ślepa. Nie mogę iść w tę stronę, gdzie on by mógł się zawinąć.
I really didn't want to shoot the breeze with this guy. The door was... The door was locked.
Coś tu gdzieś jest? Okno.
Give it open that window, pal.
Why not?
It's freezing out there.
Hey, buddy. Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us in Basharia. We are veterans like, so action at Brightlingsea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict at anywhere called Brightlingsea.
Well, you just take it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
No i zajebiście.
Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, Paul, have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Oh, wait, man, an old lady, too?
Yeah. You gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like?
I don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know?
No, she's been abducted, I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
See you later.
Czyli co, muszę wejść tutaj? Może mi teraz pozwoli otworzyć okno.
Give it to it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch me.
Patera.
Hold on there, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
Wiesz co, poradziłem sobie chyba sam. Ale dzięki za pomoc. W temanik? Przecież tu niczego nie ma. Czy jest? Nie dało się tędy przejść normalnie, więc... O!
I'd always wanted to stop the train, and now was my chance.
Siekiera!
You saved our lives, but why?
We were always on the same side, Stobart. Different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians have no right to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A double-edged sword.
Co wymaga elementu low full
Older
good?
than Dimolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together, and Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields.
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. A power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
How did you escape from the Bull's Head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the Bull to the village, Stobart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness.
No. No way. No way.
May Allah guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
What? What is it? He's dead.
Watch out for Nico.
Don't worry, I hadn't forgotten
She's
about
a debil.
Unclare me this instant, George Stobart.
it. I will.
A dlatego się
When I'm
tak
ready.
telepie na boki.
That's not fair, George.
No.
You took advantage while my hands were tied.
When Eklund pointed that gun at me, I thought I was gonna die. I thought of all the things I'd never get to do. And kissing you was at the top of my list.
George,
Uh-huh.
Josh, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for?
George, I'm gonna sue you for sexual harassment.
What are you doing?
I'm out of here.
Not that door. Do you want to end up like Flap?
Not especially. What remains of him is well on his way back to London. I hope he was traveling on a return ticket.
Znaczy, jesteśmy w tym momencie zatrzymani, więc... Early next morning.
I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give them a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show him now. What's C4?
Plastic, Josh.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work
To
that way.
nazywa
It takes
materiały
a small
wybuchowe
explosion
plastikiem.
to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much.
Wiem, że
then.
można,
What does
ale...
that sign say?
Apparently during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you?
A ja mam nadzieję, że tak.
I rather hope it did.
Znaczy nadal nie mam pojęcia, co to jest. Się dowiemy. Mamy 25 minut na liczniku, 27 w sumie. I z tego, co widzę, to jest ostatnia lokacja. W miarę krótka. Więc tu się nasze drogi spotkają z resztą zgrai. I tu będziemy grę kończyć. Więc mam nadzieję, że wam się podobało. Zostawcie like, jeżeli tak. Do zobaczenia w kolejnym odcinku, już ostatnim. Kochani dzieci Boże, z Bogiem.